a plate of Kolhapuri Pandra Rasa made from an Austrian lamb with British ingredients. Sounds like a weird combo, right? That's the exact combo I've been riding this past week. Austrian company, British name, and Kolhapuri manufacturing. Yes, these are the Brixton Crossfire 500X and 500XC, a roadster and a scrambler. And my biggest question is, where do these fit in the already super saturated 300 to 500cc market, and who are these actually for? Buckle up, big dissection incoming. Let's get straight into the figures. The Crossfire is powered by a parallel twin engine, 486cc liquid-cooled DOHC engine, pretty nice. Plus, it's got 47.6 bhp, 43 Newton meters of torque, a claimed top speed of 160 kilometers an hour, and a claimed mileage of 25 kilometers to the liter. Pretty impressive numbers. Next are the brakes. They're provided by Zhejiang, and you get a 320mm single disc at the front and a 240mm single disc at the rear. You get adjustable levers as well. Now time to talk about suspension. KYB adjustable suspension for preload and compression at the front, and a KYB monoshock at the rear. It is preload adjustable according to the company. Now that all of this is out of the way, let's talk about the differences between the 500X and XC. The 500XC in terms of design gets quite a few changes. The design around the airbox area is now got this very flat tracky look that I personally love, and you get quite a few accessories. You get a tank pad, engine guard, sump guard, you get a radiator grille, and even a headlight guard. Oh, and you get a beak in the front. Now in terms of dynamics, you get quite a few changes. The major one is the suspension. It's now a fully adjustable upside down fork in the front and a preload and rebound adjustable monoshock at the rear. You also get a 19-inch cross spoke wheel at the front and also a 17-inch cross spoke wheel at the back. And my favorite, Rally STR tires. One of my favorite tires out there when it comes to dual sport work. How are they to ride and what are the differences? Let's find out.
The Crossfires look fantastic on paper. A punchy parallel twin engine, premium KYB suspension, comfortable ergonomics and head-turning style. But in practice, there is some room for improvement. Yes, the engine puts out a healthy dose of torque and delivers it smoothly at full throttle, but throttle response is where things get tricky. It feels notchy and unpredictable at low speeds, making throttle modulation a nervous affair. You'll find yourself relying on the clutch constantly in traffic, and with a heavy clutch on both bikes, that's no easy task. What saves the day is the suspension. The KYB setup is well balanced and generally plush. The 500X leans to the firmer setup, giving it a bit more stability when you decide to push harder. You can stiffen the shocks if you're chasing more edge, but let's be real, Brixtons aren't built for full throttle aggression. They're meant to help you enjoy the ride, and in that sense, they mostly deliver. The 500XC on the other hand is a bit more forgiving. Its suspension is more compliant, yet it still holds its own in the corners. The 19-inch front wheel paired with grippy Pirelli tires adds to its versatility, making it a capable soft roader when the road turns rough.
The Brixton Crossfires could be considered pretty comfortable motorcycles, both of them. The 500X is more road biased, so you are in a slightly more leaned over position at the top, but you still are in quite a relaxed position at the bottom. The foot peg is slightly ahead of where you would normally put your bum, but the good news is that the seat is flat, so you can very well move around anywhere you would like in the seat in order to be comfortable. And if you find the handlebar a bit too low and a bit too committed, there's always a solution, which is the 500XC. The XC has been built to be a scrambler, a more off-roady bike. So it's got handlebar risers that allow you to be a bit more comfortable Even while standing up, the seat height has increased though. Thanks to the 19-inch wheel at the front and the taller suspension, of course, the seat height has gone up from 795 to 839, which could be pretty daunting to some people. However, it is rather slim bike, so you can still get down onto your flat feet. I am 5'11" by the way, and I can get my feet flat down. So it's not a bad place to be in. Plus, you get the added bonus of an upright position. Time to talk about the elephants in the room I was mentioning during design. These are some factors that might bother you if you buy this motorcycle. The switchgear on the Brixton just feels so cheap. While 190 and 195 kg respectively don't sound like a lot, they definitely feel like a lot because of the high center of gravity in both the motorcycles.
The black and white display is impossible to read during the day. Once the sun is out, the screen turns into a mirror, making the screen completely illegible. The only thing the rider gets in terms of safety is ABS, and it's not even switchable, not even on the Scrambler.
And last but not the least comes the price. These motorcycles, there's no two ways about it, are expensive. The 500X comes at around 4.7 lakhs ex showroom and the 500XC comes at around 5.2 lakhs ex showroom. These are CKD bikes in their defense, and they are priced pretty adequately for being CKD bikes, but this is just very expensive for the segment that they're in. And the biggest question is, who are these bikes meant for? The only person or buyer that I can think of is somebody who wanted to look at a Interceptor 650 and wanted it for its multiple cylinders and versatility on the city, but needs to stand out. So this is definitely the answer, and the 500XC is the exact same thing for the bare 650, and that, in my opinion, is the only direct competition that these motorcycles have. Do let us know your thoughts on the Brixton motorcycles down in the comments below. Would you pick this over the Royal Enfields? Do let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.